I'm Shane Sowers. I'm the general manager of Eureka Burger in Claremont. Eureka Burger is really dedicated to gourmet burgers and craft beer. Everything we have is handcrafted in the kitchen, in the front of the house. We don't have any domestic beers that are made by the big guys. You know, we're about the only people in LA County without a Budweiser account. Everything we have is just authentically made, mostly in small batches by small brewers. And you know, where we really, I think, differentiate from a lot of people that are doing that is we've carried that over throughout the bar. We don't have any well liquor. We don't have any Grey Goose. We don't have any Jack Daniels. We don't have any Maker's Mark. Everything we have is small batch, made by people who still own their companies and distribute it themselves. The spirits we have, I think, really reflect what's going on in craft beer, because artisanal approaches in making things with your hands is really the same whether you're making bourbon, you're making beer, and then a lot of the wines we carry. People want authenticity. They want things sourced locally. They want to see people in their community producing the things that they consume. It gives them a sense of pride. I mean, look at Hangar 24 in Redlands. I'm pretty sure that city would like take up arms in defense of that brewery because it's their brewery. Dale Brothers out here. Hi, Andy Dale. I love Andy Dale. One of my favorite people.
My name is Andy Dale. I'm a Dale brother and I work at Dale Brothers Brewery. We only make lagers, and those tend to take just a little bit longer than ales, and just in general. We're doing something a little bit different than most of the beers on the West Coast. Rather than going with what's called the West Coast style, which was actually developed in San Diego, which tend to be really large, very hoppy, highly alcoholic beers. What we're really going for are what traditionally are called session beers. And I think what we're really shooting for in terms of the experience is we want a beer that is refreshing, flavorful enough to really appeal to craft beer drinkers, but also light enough and that it will appeal to lighter beer drinkers and gives them something to enjoy and adds more complexity to their beer experience.
And brewers are proud. I mean, they're proud of what they do. A lot of them have left really high-paying careers, or you know, taking a lot of time away from their family to do what they're doing. It takes a lot of dedication and hard work to get those beers out. And you know, when you're working a 12, 16-hour day to make beer, you've got to be passionate about what you're doing. And I think the passion shows in the taps that we have in the beer that these guys are putting on the wall. And it's fun for us to have the ability to put local brewers in the spotlight. One of the easiest ways to explain what craft beer is to people is it's about collaborating and not competing with people. I think that when people come in and they see that what we're bringing to the staff is a love for beer and a knowledge of what we're doing, that it matters. Depending on who goes up to your table, you're going to get beer talked to you about in a different way, and at a different level of knowledge. And I think I have one of my waitresses who knows very little about beer, but she's totally getting into it. So she'll go to a table and she'll know 3 beers on the wall, but she will talk about them like they're her children. You know, and people get that because, like I said, it all gets back to this authenticity. You being real with me. You know.
I remember when I first got into it, the excitement of it, the fun of it, because you're like, whoa, I want to try this, I want to try that. You know, now they have sommeliers learning about beer and pairing beer with food, because it's a lot easier to pair wine than beer with food.
There's so much beer out there right now, it's insane. I mean, literally every week when I choose beer, I have thousands of choices. And people are crazy about, you know, Pliny the Elder and, you know, Sculpin and these great Divide beers, not the Mission Shipwreck Double IPA. The Black Market Rye IPA, the Bootleggers Knuckle Sand. They're all amazing beers. So instead of having 30 permanent tap handles on the wall that are never going to change, half of what's on this wall will be different a month. Sour beers are crazy. Everybody's using some really crazy, you know, yeast, like Brettanomyces, Lactobacillus, and Pediococcus. Things that are actually enemies of beer that you don't want in your beer lines, they're using to make beer sour. People are blending wine grapes in the beer now. Bourbon barrel aging is huge. All the bottled beer we have is just special release. And when it's gone, it's gone. And I see beer continuing to go in just experimental directions.